Hey, Tom here, FlipAnythingUSA. So I only got a few minutes here, but I thought if you got a couple questions, I'll take them. But you know what I really want to talk about today is, just for a minute here, I have my mentorship, just had a great class. Look, men over 40, listen, there's a lot of people that prey on gullible people. And sometimes men that are 40 are the easiest because they're 40. When you're 40 years old, if you haven't already kind of gotten comfortable, you start getting more nervous about, how am I going to retire? How am I going to take care of my kids? Am I going to put them through college? And the people that prey on you understand that and know that. Everybody preys on your fears that's after your money. I'm not after your money. Now I've got a legitimate book and I've got a legitimate, mentorship where I've taught people how to make money. And I'm not a backslapper. I won't associate with Grant Cardone or Kris Krohn. I don't like either one of those guys. I think they're bad. I don't even think they're good real estate investors. But I think what they really have is really bad for a lot of the people that are looking for expanding and making more money. They look to you for money so that they can invest and get a piece of your action. It's not the other way around. I teach you to use your own money to get ahead, make some money, and be your own boss. And I'm gonna jump back here. If anybody's got any good, hard questions, I'd love it. But I'll be right back.
It's the best thing I ever did.
All right. So if you just got to my channel, please hit subscribe and like it if you like. But main thing is subscribe. I've got probably the best and brightest students in my class. I think I've got more testimonials than anybody. But when it comes to real estate, the things you need to look for when you're 40 years old, if you don't know what you're doing, you got to look to somebody that does know what they're doing. And not somebody blowing smoke or treating you like a baby or talking to you like a kid. And that's what a lot of these guys do. They talk in big terms but in non-specifics. And by 40 years old, you ought to know enough now that what sounds too good to be true is usually too good to be true. So real quick here, let me see here. We can go to Google Earth, and if whatever kind of real estate you're into, I can show you something that I purchased and made money on. I don't, anything that you drive by, the kind of stuff that you drive by every day. I'm not limited to anything in particular, but you can make millions of dollars on. You can make millions of dollars on things too. Number one, I bought a fire truck and resold it for 3 times what I paid for it, and I've done a number of things with small items, or non-real estate items, and that's really a good thing for anybody of any age. Buying, people buy and sell cars, people buy and sell equipment. There's a ton of money when it comes to used. In real estate, everything is used. But I would just tell you with real estate, if you want to get an idea, in this map just below us, just that we're looking at right here, I probably have, I don't know, I got to get closer. I can't hardly see. See, I'm over 40, so I'm getting where I need the glasses. Just in here alone, there's so many properties that I've purchased over a period of time, some very quick and made a lot of money. I'll just jump around here and show you some. So look, this is a building right here. This little property right here, I made $140,000 on that in about 2 months. I'll take you down to the street. I'll just take you down there this way. See, right here. And this is the other thing I want you to take away from this. There. Good-looking little building. That's CompuSign, it says. That's who I sold it to. They don't own it anymore. This isn't completely updated as far as from the sky goes. So there's 140 grand. This little property right here, this is a lot. I made 60 grand on that. I've got a video, how I flipped a lot and made 60 grand in a couple of days. Some of the property in this picture I'm not going to tell you about. I have bought 7 houses in this subdivision right here alone and made millions of dollars on those. In that particular subdivision. Over here in this subdivision, I've done the same. In fact, I bought a restaurant over here. Here's a restaurant I bought. And the reason, let me explain what you should take from this, okay? What I want you to get from it is that you don't need to have somebody tell you that the deals are somewhere else and that you need to buy with them because they know where the deals are and you don't. Listen, there's I think a book called Diamonds Are Everywhere or something like that, but the bottom line is the gold is right here. It's near you. You just need to know how to find it and get a nose for it, and that's what I teach in my mentorship. And real quick, I'll jump over to the mentorship. So here's in my mentorship, you know, this Ken here, he's got more than another $1 million in equity. He's added to his income. Tina's made, I don't know, a couple $100,000. I know she made $70,000 at this point, but she's continued to make more. Ron here, he figures he's made over $3 million. Garrett sent me a picture of his first check for $25,000. He's made a hell of a lot more money since then. Eric here has made over $1 million. He showed me a check for $700,000. I showed it to you guys. Kris quit his job. He's doing well. Liam, the last deal he did and I'm involved with everybody on most of their deals. And Liam made $350,000. Steve here, $1 million. Kai here, you know, hundreds of thousands. He's on his way. He's a young man. And I got a bunch that I haven't even shown here. Yeah, I got a bunch there that I haven't shown you actually. But this I own this house. This house here, I sold not too long ago. Made about $400,000. Made about $400,000 on this house as well. You can see this one is actually an interesting. I enclosed the garage. I used this for an office for myself at one time. See that? That was a garage I enclosed. And then I bought the house next door. And then as you go down the street, I bought this restaurant. I've also bought this house. This one? Let me think about it. Yeah, no, I didn't buy that one. But I bought these two a lot. That house down around the corner here. I'll show you something else. I mean, the idea is that you got to understand that the deals are right here. This is a building I bought. I paid $1.1 million for it. I paid cash for it. And this is after making about this. I bought this place from the proceeds of making about $3 million, or about, I'm sorry, I don't want to exaggerate, about $2.6 million, 2.8 million. Took that money, bought this place, and I still have it. And you know, it's a nice money making property. And this is the kind of stuff that you need to do. Hey guys, I got some people here. Oh, Russ, Kris, Liam, some of the folks from all these guys that are in here right now that are watching, not all of them, but the ones that are in my class that I recognize, they've made money in here. Okay, so somebody commented here. Just so you know, the reason you have 9 viewers right now is because you're only talking to men over 40. We can tell you're truly making money off selling this course. Yeah, you don't really know what you're talking about, Elliot. But if you can have math, and I'd love to debate you on it, let's talk. Yeah, we like it. I love it. Elliot, why don't you call in and let's have a conversation? So Elliot, and this is another thing. I don't know if Elliot falls into the 40-year-old class, but he's calling me a liar. And also, and listen, this is what's so funny. Elliot's calling me a liar right now, and look on the screen here. 2 of the 3 guys that are sitting in here with him in the chat have already made probably more money than you'll ever be worth, Elliot, unfortunately, because you're so negative. Listen, there's people that are jaded, and they should be jaded because they've fallen victim to somebody. But a lot of people don't learn a lesson. They don't learn a lesson, and they keep making the same mistake over and over again. And so to my point about to men over 40 is when you're 40, they know how to exploit your fears, but you got to be smart enough to you know that something that sounds too good to be true is too good to be true, and or it can be. And but anyways, so Elliot, if you want to call in, you just email me, Tom at FlipAnythingUSA, and I'd love to have your negative input, and you can call me out. I'd love it. But back to here, what I'm trying to show you is in a small amount of time, if you know what to do and you concentrate on what you're doing and you have a mentor, somebody that walks through with you and helps you, it's a huge advantage. Listen, Ben Mala is a little younger than me, and he started later than me, and he's richer than me. But he'll tell you it's because he had a great mentor. He was able to jump past, he didn't have to make the mistakes that everybody else makes. And I did have to start. I started with no mentor. So I'm 41 years into it. I've made some mistakes, but I still made a lot of money. But you can learn from all that. Yeah, Liam wrote, "Good luck, Elliot." Yeah, you're going to need it, I think. See, listen, when somebody comes out without listening for very much and already says, "You're a liar," you know what I mean? Listen, you got to get rid of the negative people in your life. And that's why I tell people that get into, making money with real estate, or get into my class, or get my book, which here's my book, by the way. Elliot, you can buy this if you want, and you can even send it back for a refund if you don't like it, or if you're too lazy to read it. But what I find is most people that are negative and that they're impatient. They want everything handed to them. We're kind of in a society where you kind of, you don't feel good, you have a pill, make yourself feel better. It kind of falls into that. But what you can really do is just use your common sense, because really that's what most people don't have. And most people aren't willing to work. And, I tell you, the people that in my class, they're workers. They're self-employed people. Many of them are successful before they come in, and they just go on to greater success. But I've got a video I'll be releasing here soon. And this is a gentleman that made $150 on his first deal, $250 on his next deal, about $800,000 on his third deal, rolled those 3 properties, those profits, into buying an industrial and 2 commercial buildings, and now he's got $3 million worth of real estate and roughly about $150,000 a year coming in, all from inside of 18 months of doing the right work. Not everybody, sometimes you can be lucky, don't get me wrong, sometimes you can be lucky. Eric in the class, and Elliot, you're probably already gone now, but take a look, when you go to FlipAnythingUSA.com, just go find somebody that reminds you of you, right? Somebody that you can relate to. Kris here's, 30-ish. Liam here, he's a carpenter like me. Steve's a mechanic, owns a couple of shops. Kai, I think he's involved with some sort of government work. Sorry, Kai. And Tina, she's an investor. And Ken, he's a fireman, or does some stuff work related to the fire department. But this guy here just made $700,000 on a single deal, paid cash for his home. Anyways, I got to go because I got to go catch dinner, guys, in about 40 minutes. But I wanted to pop in, but I love that. You know what? Guys like Elliot, please come back, Elliot. Another person in the class. But, hey, if you just got here, please go to FlipAnythingUSA.com. Check it out. I appreciate you guys popping in. I almost feel like I'm boring the guys that are in the class because they already know what I'm talking about. But I'm trying to get to those people out there that do not know. Anyways, I'll leave you with this, and we'll try to do something again soon.
Yo, stop and listen. Time is on a mission to eliminate all the snake oil and the fake gurus that fake y'all. He'll show you how to build an empire, starting with nothing but a desire. All you really need is a good mentor, not a used car bullshit. With time, you'll learn to crush it. Investing like Warren Buffett. With real estate, you cannot procrastinate. Everyone who hesitates is left at the starting gate. Hey, yo, so don't delay and join today. The mentorship and flip anything USA. Go.